Everybody ready? She had to go. Yeah. All right. Good evening, everyone. Calling to order this evening's council meeting. Today is January 21st. It's our voting meeting. First item on the agenda is just to do roll call, please. Councilmember Chmielewski.
Present.
Councilmember Cerna.
Here.
Councilmember Bria.
Here.
We'll note that Councilmember Elam is absent. Councilmember Fry.
Here.
Vice President Kingsley. Here. President Sokolowski. Here. And Mayor Aronson.
Here.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Next item is to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, prior to this evening's council meeting, the Borough Council held an executive session, and we discussed personnel, property, and legal matters. Brittany, did we receive any public comment following the January 5th meeting for the reorg or anything for today?
We did not.
Okay, great, thank you. Do we have any public comment this evening on any of the agenda items that anybody would want to discuss? Okay, seeing no one stand for public comment, we will move right into our presentations. So this evening, we have a Proclamation 2026-01, and that will recognize January 27th, 2026 as International Holocaust Remembrance Day. And I'll ask Mayor Aronson to read the proclamation, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Glenn Entman from ORME in Lafayette Hill had a board meeting tonight, but I will deliver the proclamation to him in the next few days. Just for some context, we have supported this proclamation through the Pennsylvania State Mayors Association. The Pennsylvania House has also recognized the same proclamation. So thank you for your support and recognizing it here in Conshohocken Borough. It reads, whereas the Holocaust was a systematic persecution and murder of millions of people by the Nazi regime between 1933 and 1945, representing a profound tragedy in human history and a reminder of the consequences of hatred, anti-Semitism, and intolerance. And whereas 6 million Jews were murdered during the Holocaust, along with millions of others, including political dissidents, people with disabilities, LGBTQ individuals, and others who were targeted based on race, religion, identity, or other social status. Whereas on January 27, 1945, Allied forces liberated the Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration camp, marking a pivotal moment that revealed the scale of the atrocities committed. And whereas in 2005, the General Assembly of the United Nations designated January 27 as International Holocaust Remembrance Day to honor the victims and to encourage education, remembrance, and reflection around the world. Whereas the Pennsylvania State Mayors Association has encouraged municipalities, residents, businesses, and nonprofit organizations across the Commonwealth to light buildings, homes, and landmarks yellow on January 27 as a visible sign of remembrance, solidarity, and commitment to combating anti-Semitism and all forms of hatred. Whereas Remembrance underscores the importance of confronting anti-Semitism, racism, and all forms of hatred, and of ensuring that lessons of history guide present and future generations. Now, therefore, I, Yaniv Aronson, Mayor of the Borough of Conshohocken, with the support of Borough Council and the citizens of Conshohocken, do hereby proclaim January 27, 2026 as International Holocaust Remembrance Day in Conshohocken Borough, and encourage our community to reflect, remember, and recommit to building a more just, tolerant, and compassionate society. Thank you all.
Thank you. So what I'll be looking for this evening is just a motion to approve Proclamation 2026-01 that will recognize January 27th, 2026 as International Holocaust Remembrance Day in the Borough of Conshohocken.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda under presentations is the 2026 Arts Festival and Car Show and Bike Race event updates. So Shauna Wylesol, our Executive Assistant for Operations, and Paul Gornowski, our Special Events Coordinator, are prepared to go through some information updates for us.
Good evening. We wanted to discuss kind of the combination of all of these events, how it's going to work, how it came to be, and we're very excited about it. So here's a little bit of graphic advertising for the 2026 Conchi Classic in combination with the Conshohocken Arts Festival and Car Show. So this was the former race course. We utilized this course for the past 2 years of the Conchi Classic. This takes place entirely on the lower east side of the borough. You may not be aware of this, but there is quite a lot of construction happening right now in that exact area of the borough. There are at least 3 projects I can think of that use that as a thoroughfare, that have to create road openings. There's a lot going on that makes this sort of an unsafe and not ideal area to have the course. So we had that in the back of our minds, and at the same time, QCW, who runs the bike race, came to us requesting a course that encompassed more of like the center of town and got the business district involved and had a little bit more visualization from Fayette Street. So we worked together to sort of come up with something that would work for that. Do you want to add any?
Yeah, and then also on top of that, QCW also thought this course was just too big in terms of grabbing spectator interest, because it was about a mile course. So wherever you were along the route, you'd only see riders every 3 to 4 minutes, which does not make great viewing. Not to mention the riders would get very spread out. So instead of seeing like that tight pack racing you might see in, say, a Tour de France, you wouldn't get here because they'd all just get very spread out. So with the new course we're about to show you that QCW presented to us, you'll see it's a lot shorter, and from their standpoint, more exciting because everyone will be grouped together a lot closer when they go around this course in 2026.
As you'll see, this course also goes right by Marywood Park, so it creates a built-in family viewing area. We will have a family fun zone down there. It encompasses a good chunk of Fayette Street, so it goes right in line with the Arts Festival and right before the car show begins. So all of the events can sort of converge in a central location, making it easier for spectators to participate in each part of the event.
So basically just a brief overview of the course. So the start-finish line will be at Borough Hall, between Borough Hall and Wells Fargo. They'll go up Fayette toward 5th, go down 5th, as Shauna said, past Marywood Park, where QCW and the Car Show Arts Festival will also have events going on during the bike race. Then they'll make a right on Hollowell. They'll make another right on 4th, go down Harry, and then make a right to 3rd, and then make the final right turn back towards start-finish. So it's a much more condensed, easier to follow course than the past 2 years.
This is how it will work in combination with the other 2 events that are taking place that day. So as is the usual fashion, the Mayor's Arts Festival will take place on the lower end of Fayette Street, and the car show is on the upper end. This sort of connects the 2 in a space that we all felt in previous years was a little awkward and maybe tough to fill. So this will make it that there is no dead space. There's always something going on, always something to look at. You'll see towards kind of the center of that intersection, there's a pink section. That is our Artist Alley section, which is a new addition this year to the Arts Festival. So out in front of the Artist Loft store, there will be an entire street lane of art vendors there to continue the Arts Festival kind of down to where the rest of the race course is, leading you into the family fun zone. So it's kind of impossible to miss any part of this event. It's set up, I think, in a way that's going to make it much more interactive, and it will have the arts fans, the car fans, and the bike race fans all having something to do together, something for everyone in the family. You're good?
Yeah, no, we're good. So,
this is your baby.
Yeah, and I think this is the key area where all the events will come together in one spot. So as you can see, the bike race is not taking up the entirety of Fayette Street between 3rd and 5th, and it's not taking up all of 5th Avenue, as Shauna just explained. So you'll see in another graphic coming up that we're going to have Fayette Street split in half at the double yellow line, where one half of Fayette Street will still be the Arts Festival. We'll still have vendors lined up, but next to that will also be the bike race. So that's what we have between 3rd and 5th Avenue. The start-finish area for QCW, where the announcer will be, they'll be playing music and having announcements. That'll be inside the course, so it's not taking any real estate away from the Arts Festival. And then QCW's plan is to have a screen next to Borough Hall in that little grassy area, where if you want to see parts of the race, QCW is trying to find a way to get some real-time video. You can watch it from there. So they want to create an opportunity to be in the Arts Festival, and you won't miss any part of the race, with the Arts Festival, of course, being at probably the most important part, the start-finish line, where everyone wants to see who the race winner is. So that'll be Fayette Street. And then, as Shauna said, Artist Alley will be on East 5th Avenue. QCW doesn't need all of East 5th as racing area. They only need about 20 feet. East 5th is about 40 feet wide. So we've given QCW that 22 feet, and then the extra leftover street plus sidewalk will be available for have artists lining up along the bike race as well. So wherever you'll go, along this area, you'll have the Arts Festival and bike race all at your fingertips.
And this took a lot of collaboration and a lot of cooperation from the mayor's committee. They were very excited about giving input and kind of helping us make this make sense for everyone. So it worked out in a beautiful way where all of our brick and mortar storefronts still have space to come out front onto their sidewalk to participate in this event, and the vendors still have their space to participate in this event. So it's going to be a lot of excitement. It's going to be like an action-packed day, and I, for one, am really excited to see how it all comes together.
So this is kind of what I was explaining, just a little more close up. So the one side where all the stores will be, Kohl's Framing, 13 Circles, all of those stores will be on the art show side, and we'll have vendors lined up along the line dividers, the dashed white lines. So there'll be space if you want to go to the art show, you can go between the tents and the stores. If you want to watch the bike race, you can go behind those tents and the double yellow line and watch the race from there. So there's still the opportunity to do either activity between 3rd and 5th Avenue.
There are some exciting updates this year in addition to combining all of the events. There are new things that have become possible because the events are working together. So there will be 2 music stages, one down at First and Fayette, how we had for the bike race last year with the 175 event, and there was kind of an excitement area. We wanted to keep that, but still have the stage up at 8th Avenue at the Fritz Lodge area. So everywhere you are, you're going to have some sort of live entertainment happening. And this is super exciting for me. The Conshohocken Theater in the Park, which you all know is an initiative that you've supported and kind of helped come into reality here, they will have a place in this event. They will be putting on a kid show, I think something, short, simple, one-act play sort of idea to kind of introduce themselves to the borough and get a space to perform and be part of this. And the arts include the performing arts. So I think that's a very exciting addition to the Arts Festival. I can't wait for that. This is more you, logistics.
Well, actually, I'll also say, along with that in Marywood Park, QCW is also reaching out to Beanie Bounce to have some inflatables in the park to try and do that. And Fabulous Faces, who is a part of our Fun Fest, face painters, balloon artists, all that sort of thing. So we really want to make Marywood Park a spot for families to hang out and be able to watch the bike race. So we're really trying to bring that in. And then as for the logistical part, the Arts Festival and car show will be extended by an hour. In the past, that's gone from 12 to 4. This year, it'll go from 11 to 5. And so far, a pretty good turnout for the event. Over 70 vendors and cars have registered, which is pretty good. There's still 4.5 months until the event. So I think this is combining these events is hopefully yet to lead to some more vendor and car show interest. So I think so far 70 is a really great number for that. And then just the timeline, the road closure is at 6 a.m. That's not changing. That's been the typical road closure time in the past for the Arts Festival and Car Show. We're going to keep that time at 6. The racing will begin at 9:30 while setup is going on for the Arts Festival and Car Show, which will begin at 11. The racing ends at 4:30, and the awards ceremony for that will take place at the start-finish line area at 4:30. And then the plan is to have both events end and start breaking down at 5, and then have everything reopen a couple hours after that.
The thing I'd like to point out about this that everyone in the room was pretty jazzed about is that the Arts Festival and Car Show, along with a lot of the daytime street festival type of events, later in the day it becomes like, okay, how do we keep people interested and excited? How do we keep the crowd here? Well, the bike race goes in the opposite direction. The more expert riders ride towards the end of the event. So what everybody wants to see is that last race and then the award ceremony. So we will keep an influx of people coming through all day, and these vendors will have customers till the last minute and then some. So I think that that's going to be a nice change. I mean, this past year we had the horrible weather happen right as soon as it ended. So hopefully this year we don't have that, but it keeps the momentum going throughout the entirety of the event.
And that's it.
And that's it. So we have questions.
I just want to say thank you for putting in so much time and consideration into making the event really feel like a borough-wide party, and that that it has a lot of free points that people can come and enjoy. Something I particularly really appreciate is that how you incorporated the local small businesses by allowing that space in front of, say, 13 Circles and Cole's Framing, and let's not forget the deli, that people can walk in front. I know we've always stopped by there and gotten refreshments, that sort of thing, but then also that this would be over at 5, so say families come in, they enjoy the entire day, and then they can even have a dinner in Conshohocken after having a lot of fun in our borough. So I just want to say thank you very much for thinking about those small businesses and how this big event that comes into our town can actually really help out the local businesses too.
We'd have to thank the mayor's team and the businesses themselves for that, because they were willing to meet with us, talk us through this, what it would look like for them, what it looks like for us, and everyone was so willing to communicate and work together and make this what you're seeing today and what we hopefully all love in June.
From a marketing standpoint, are the 3 different organizations marketing separately, or have you talked about how that marketing will look to draw people in?
So QCW themselves, they have a pretty wide reach with marketing. They had billboards on highways last year for the Conchi Classic, and they have agreed to use whatever terminology the mayor's team wants to include the Arts Festival and the Car Show, whether it's the Conchi Classic, Arts Festival, Car Show, and Bike Race, whether that's all the separate entities appearing together. They will use whatever is approved and asked to add on to that existing advertising and that reach that they have. And then I certainly think that the Arts Festival and Car Show teams seemed very open to advertising sort of all 3 events together. So it almost works out like we didn't even plan it this way, but everybody's separate reach and everybody's separate advertising dollars and everybody's separate efforts can benefit one another.
And then we'll do the same with our signage, on our trash cans, get that up probably a month or 2 in advance and advertise both events as a joint venture, not 2 separate events. So we'll be doing some of that, helping them as well.
And NEF will be involved with that.
Yeah, NEF will be involved. I'm going to create a landing page on our website for both events. So it's kind of like the meet in the middle. So if you want information on the whole day, come to us. If you want information about the Arts Festival, there'll be a link to take you there. If you're interested in just a bike race, there'll be a link to take you to the bike race side as well. So, but yeah, we'll have a role in helping with some of that messaging as well.
It's great.
We had a meeting just in November, December, something like that, to sort of finalize, and everyone is so excited to be trying something new and different. I think we've always trusted where creativity of our team is. And, we started as one block around Marywood Park 9 years ago, and we were able to extend over 11 blocks, but I think having something that can kind of come in the middle and sort of draw everyone into the full festival. 11 blocks is a long walk, even during a festival. It just makes perfect sense, and I think the bike race folks are really excited. Our team's really excited. Sarah and I are super excited, so I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great day. And thank you to our team, as always, for just having so much out-of-the-box thinking to get events like these off the ground.
So there's no vote on this. This was just information for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, moving along the agenda, we're at the land use, public hearing, and ordinance section. The first item is to consider adopting Ordinance 01-2026, and that's stating the borough's intention to issue general obligation bonds and take on non-electoral debt. So at this point, I would invite Patrick Scott to the podium to provide our overview of the ordinance, agreements, and advertisement for this schedule.
Thank you. My name is Pat Scott with the law firm of Overmeyer, Rebin, Maxwell, Hippel. We are bond counsel to the borough. The ordinance that's being presented or being considered tonight is the same ordinance that I presented, I think it was December 3rd of 2025. It authorizes the issuance of up to $12 million in general obligation bonds for the purpose of constructing improvements, designing and developing the new public safety building, improving Veterans Park, and also for road improvements. Given that I've been through the ordinance once before, I won't go into much more detail unless the council has questions for me.
Any questions related to what was presented prior? Questions?
I should have mentioned that part of the ordinance does authorize a bond purchase agreement, which will be attached and is attached to the ordinance tonight. So that's it. That's all I have.
Okay. No other question, hearing no other questions? Thank you, Patrick.
Excellent. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, with that, I'm looking for a motion to adopt Ordinance 01-2026, stating the borough's intention to issue the general obligation bonds and take on non-electoral debt in the amount not to exceed $12 million.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving into the consent agenda items, first item is to approve and adopt the December 3rd and December 17th regular meeting minutes, and to approve the December ending treasurer's report and accounts payable. Any questions related to the meeting minutes? All right, so I'm looking for a motion to approve and adopt the December 3rd and 17th regular meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. And then secondly, I'll be looking for a motion to approve the December ending treasurer's report and accounts payable in the amount of $1,933,061.14.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. It appears we have no unfinished business to carry over. Okay, so we'll go into new business, and that would be, the first item is to consider approving a tuition reimbursement for Sergeant Hall and Sergeant Bahn for the 2026 spring semester. So what I'm looking for is the motion to approve tuition reimbursement for the sergeant in the amount of, for Sergeant Hall, the amount of $1,878 plus the cost of books and tuition reimbursement for Detective Bahn in the amount of $1,714 plus the cost of books. And this is per the collective bargaining agreement.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item under new business is to consider approving 541 East Hector Street Financial Security Escrow Release Number 1 in the amount of $50,719.07.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item is to consider authorizing advertisement of an RFP for a kitchen renovation at the community center. Any questions related to the kitchen renovation or the RFP? Hearing no questions, do I have a motion to authorize advertisement for the RFP?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is to consider accepting a resignation from the Friends of Conshohocken Parks. We're looking at a resignation from Eileen Fay. I would be looking for a motion to accept that resignation.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. All right, looking at the next item on the agenda, we're moving into mayor matters and council matters.
Okay, thank you. We had something new for elected officials this year. The county actually provided a training for newly elected and currently serving electeds at the community college. I thought it was really super helpful. We got to learn all about the structures at the county. I saw a bunch of our council folks there. Got to hang out with mayors from all over the county and hear what they're up to and what they want to bring to their municipalities. So a real big thank you to the commissioners for organizing and to all the county department heads that put on a great presentation for us. It was really something I wish we had 9 years ago or whatever, but it was really useful. So thank you to them. We had a business opening last week, actually this week, the Fayette Street Parlor, P-A-W. Pet grooming, it's at 1004 Fayette Street. Really, really beautiful, clean facilities, and I went there with Matthew, and they gave him all the cookies he could eat, so they're okay in my book. And we wish them lots of luck and hope they do very well. And then it's a little crazy, but we had another 2 local scouts become Eagle Scouts in Conshohocken. It's amazing, yeah. So it was wonderful to see, wonderful to attend. They helped to, Jackson helped to build a pantry system at the church on the mall for when they have Code Blue situations, so they have more storage. And Victoria helped to paint murals at a facility that caters to children with autism. So really phenomenal, just phenomenal students and kids and human beings, and we're so thankful that this community is just pumping out Eagle Scouts left and right, which does not happen very often. And none of our staff will be surprised to hear that Zach from Greg Scott's office was there and told us that he was an Eagle Scout, of course. So he joins Chief Lennon with that amazing distinction. So congratulations to them. And then finally, you may have heard there could be some snow this weekend. My students are already asking what they should be doing on the day off on Monday. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to remind everyone to sign up for our Code Red. They have changed some of the numbers, so please see that updated text, and then pay attention to my social media and the borough's social media. We will certainly put out information as it comes this weekend. So that's it. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Ralph?
Yeah, so following up on the Scout theme, Girl Scout cookies are available now. Support your local Girl Scout troop, and if you simply cannot find anyone, there's a young girl named Willa, who's my daughter, that will be happy to sell you as many cookies as you'd like. So, yeah, support your local Girl Scout troop.
Nothing.
Kathleen? David?
Just want to extend a thank you to all the borough staff who probably worked some extra time last weekend with snow clearing, and potential thank you in advance for next weekend. Depending on who you ask, there may be between 1 and 10,000 inches of snow. So everybody, please stay safe out there. And again, thank you for helping each other out in the community.
Adrian?
Yes, we have a lot of vacancies on our boards and commissions. These are ones that are, the members of these boards and commissions are people from the community and public. So if you're interested in getting involved with the borough, if you want to maybe give back a little bit in that sense, we have these. They are volunteer positions, and they're open to basically any resident. So I encourage anyone who's interested to go and check out the borough website and look at our boards and commissions, and it will show you the vacancies that are currently there, and get involved. Help make Conshohocken a great place to live, work, play, and grow.
Nice. Alan?
Nothing from me, thank you.
Great. All right, and I don't have anything other than stay safe. There are folks out there that may have trouble clearing snow over the weekend, so if you can be neighborly, I would encourage that. If anyone really is struggling with getting snow cleared, reach out to your council members. We could probably connect you with some resources that could help in that situation. So
Check on your neighbors.
check on your neighbors is the bottom line. All right, hearing nothing else, do we have any public comment out there? No public comment in the audience. Brittany, any public comment come in on the social media? Okay. All right, no public comment, then I will call our January meeting adjourned.